It's the Scarves and Spikes pre-match show. So Lenny United gets set to take on the Columbus Crew at ScottsMiracle-Gro Field Sunday night soccer. Henry Sydney with you with Henry, as I mentioned. Sunday night soccer. You ready? Are you ready for some soccer?
I'm ready for whatever we're about to watch. Two teams that are at the bottom of the Eastern Conference standings. One of them that is going to have a new coach on the touchline. So I'm interested to see kind of what chaos we have that'll get ready to unfold here in the next hour.
A new but familiar coach, Leonard Courtois, who, of course, was the assistant under Hendrik Rydstrom, former, of course, CF Montreal head coach, now back on the back in the Southers, but back in the technical area as a head coach. And he's been connected to the Crew before he went to Montreal, played for the Crew, or no, not play for the Crew, but coach Crew 2, and then got promoted to, or not promoted, became head coach of Montreal, joined the bench of Rydstrom, like I said, and now is the head coach, interim head coach of the Columbus Crew, who, by the way, Henry, won its first match on Laurent Courtois in the US Open Cup. So they have that going for them. Must be nice, though. Unlike some teams.
Winning is fun. I'm unfamiliar with that feeling, but I've heard it's a fun thing.
Yeah, I've heard the same thing. I wish Atlanta United could do more of it. How are you feeling? So last match before the World Cup break, no Atlanta United soccer until July, the second, third week of July when they take on Nashville SC. But how are you feeling about tonight?
I mean, honestly, I'm ready for the break. Yeah, this has not been a very fun season covering Atlanta United. It's kind of been more of the same from last season. We knew it was going to be a bit of a transition year because it is Tata Martino coming back and trying to get his guys together and figure out how to make this team successful again. And that was never going to be like a night and day thing. And so that's what this season has really turned out to be. Now, that's not to say that this team can't go on a run in the second half of the season once it makes a few additions and maybe some addition by subtraction. But I mean, I'm ready for us to shift from club ball to World Cup ball. I've got my Colombia jerseys already. I'm in World Cup mode. I mean, I am ready for this. We are ready for lineups.
Do we have lineups?
We have lineups.
403. Why don't you read out who we have there, Henry? And
alrighty, let's get going. So MLS Soccer has this as a 4-1-4-1 with Lucas Hoyos in goal. On that back line, center back pairing, Juan Berrocal in what is probably his last game for Atlanta United, and Enea Mihai. Fullbacks, Thomas Jacob on the right, Elias Baez on the left. Your midfield trio, you have the usual guys. Tristan Muyumba as your number 6, and then Jay Fortune and Cooper Sanchez as your 8s. Remember, Matias Galarza no longer available for Atlanta United. It's pretty much confirmed that he will be going back to River Plate. He might actually already be there, but I digress. And then your attacking trio of Luke Brennan, Alexei Miranchuk, and Sabel Janica.
Luke Brennan, huh?
So Luke Brennan is a bit of a surprise, isn't it?
Yeah, finally see Luke in the starting 11. It's been a while, but interested to see how Luke does. But I want to hit on, of course, the big news that came out the other day about Galarza and Berrocal. Almost a given. This will show the lineups here on the screen, but pretty much a given that not a given, but it is going to be happening that, barring something dramatic, Matias Galarza has played his final match with Atlanta United, as we see the lineups there, or the lineup there. But he has played his final match with the club. Like you said, his loan will not be extended. Same with Juan Berrocal, it appears. His loan will not be extended as well. But I'm interested in, like Henry, you were saying this attacking trio, um, especially with Brennan. And Brennan, we haven't seen in a while. Like I said, with the first team, has kind of cut his teeth with the twos this year. And this is one of those players, Henry, that I've been talking about, needs an opportunity with the first team to really affect the first team. So outside of a few matches here and there, he needs more consistent playing time with the first team, more of a chance to show what he can do against first team competition rather than MLS Next Pro. So this is an interesting moment for him, a good moment for him. I want to see what that looks like for Moranchuk and Libjanica. I imagine Saba will be on one wing. Alexa will be sort of that false nine, but Brennan, of course, on the wing. But interested to see what that striker situation looks like because you don't have a true striker. Will Moranchuk play as a striker for the purposes of this match? Will we see something different? So, some interesting wrinkles to Tata Martino's starting 11 as we go to the World Cup break after this match.
Yeah, I imagine you will see Alexei Miranchuk playing in that false nine position. He's been successful in that role before. As you mentioned, Luke Brennan, I'm interested to see kind of what he brings. He does tend to be kind of that guy that isn't afraid to take on those 1v1 duels on the wing, and can definitely create some instability for backlines from that position. So we'll see what happens there. Uh, I'm really happy with the midfield. I think that's the best midfield that you have at this
Yeah.
point. And so I'm looking forward to them balling out. Not sure about Baez over Pedro Amador, but Tata Martino seems to want to die on that hill. So uh, all power to him. And then on the bench, because we do have some news there, Latte Lat was questionable going into this game. Same with Steven Alzate. Neither of them are on the bench. What we do have, we have Jaden Hibbert, Sergio Santos, Ronald Hernandez, Miguel Almiron back on the bench.
Yeah.
Probably going to see a few minutes before going off to with Paraguay for the World Cup. Stian Gregerson, Matthew Edwards, Pedro Amador, Cayman Togashi, and Will Riley. That is your bench for today.
Yeah, don't give Miggy more than like 15 minutes because the last thing you want in the final match of the regular season before the World Cup is for him to pick up a knock and be compromised for the World Cup. And I imagine that was the thinking over the past few weeks with that knee irritation that he picked up against Chattanooga FC that took him out longer than expected. I mean, that was the conversation, right? You don't want to rush him back because he has the World Cup to worry about, and this is going to be his one and only chance, presumably, to play in a World Cup given this age, given where he's at in his career. So, again, smart, I think, for Tata to not rush him back. But I don't see him playing a major role in this match at all. You know, just take him out, stretch his legs, get him a few minutes before the break, and then hit the plane and go to wherever their training at Paraguay is, wherever their base camp is. But yeah, you don't need to you don't need to force him to play any more than he's capable of. And yeah, that's where I stand with Almiron. I feel like a lot of fans stand in that same situation. Latte Lot out due to illness. That's interesting. I don't know how severe this illness is. Is it bioitis or whatever it is, but I don't know. Bioitis. But yeah, that's where we have now. And yeah, I asked you how you were feeling about the match. Yeah, I'm like, whatever. Just try to get a result. Try to hang your hat on something. And you'll just go into break hopefully with a win. Huncho saying it's bad that it's the first time I've truly not care about a Atlanta United game. I've seen that on social media. I've seen that on our comments at scarvesandspecs.com. Like, who cares? And it's just a lot of apathy, a lot of shrugging off the shoulders. Feels like the break is already here for a lot of people. But it's Memorial Day weekend. People are trying to get to the lake. I don't know how much lake time they'll get here, Henry, because it's been raining past few days. How much rain did you get, by the way, up there on last night? It was pouring here.
There was a fair bit
Yeah.
yesterday. Yeah, there was quite a bit of rain. There was a little bit of a sprinkle this morning too, but
Yeah.
other than that, it was pretty much fine.
So why not stay dry? Why not stay indoors and watch Atlanta United? I know it's not the fun thing to do, but hey, it's something on a potentially rainy Memorial Day weekend. But again, I just feel like a lot of fans have just shipped out. They're ready for the World Cup like us. They're just looking forward to the next few months, the next month and a half of the World Cup coming up. And Atlanta United is sort of an afterthought among a lot of fans, and for good reason because they haven't been very good this year. Losing on Tuesday in the Open Cup quarterfinal against Orlando was just icing on the cake, and then watching Orlando put six past, or I'm sorry, watching Cincinnati put six past Orlando, and wondering why couldn't Atlanta United do that? Why they score 2 goals in 2 matches against this team? But it's just excuse me, frustrating. It's just disappointing. I feel like everyone's like blah about this match.
And I'm with you, honestly.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter. I think people are just ready for the World Cup at this point, and they're ready for other stuff. Because frankly,
yeah,
there's nothing new. There's nothing exciting about Atlanta United right now. It's kind of the same old, same old. And until we get some of the rumors floating around in the summer of who Atlanta United might look to bring in, potential sales of players, of buyouts being exercised. I mean, people aren't gonna care until there are signs of change, and those are the
yeah,
biggest signs of change for this club, at least in the immediate sense. Uh, and then obviously, when Mauricio Culebro officially joins the club, June 2nd, I believe, is when it would be. That's when we could probably expect things to accelerate and for uh, you know bigger actions to happen. And so until then, there's not really much for people to look forward to
right.
other than a few loans expiring and
Yeah,
other folks moving on and stuff going on. So yeah, let's get through this game. Hopefully it's not too painful to watch. Uh, we will have you covered, obviously, with stuff on our website, the recaps, the initial kind of thoughts, and obviously all of our post match content, our three takeaways, and everything there. Uh, and
yeah,
then after that, Sydney, we've got some stuff this week doing USMNT and World Cup stuff, so be on the lookout for
yeah.
that. Um, but after that, man, it's fully World Cup mode, and I'm excited about that.
Me too. Tuesday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern time, we'll be reacting to the reveal of the U.S. men's national team World Cup roster, the official reveal. So we'll pretend that we don't know anybody that's on the team until
Surely they called up
Tuesday.
Diego Luna. What?
um, but no, we'll as soon as we get official word, we'll be on Tuesday afternoon, 4:30 Eastern, live here on the Scarves and Spikes YouTube channel and on the Scarves and Spikes X account on reacting to who's in, who's out officially, and who might have gotten snubbed. So 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. World Cup conversation series will continue. We'll have Jason Longshore with us. We'll be recording that on Tuesday and possibly releasing that on Wednesday or thereabouts, maybe Tuesday night, Wednesday, or something like that. But stay tuned to the Scarves and Spikes YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, and share our content on YouTube. And hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to be notified whenever we post a new video. And as Henry said, World Cup after that, we're kind of working on what we're doing for the World Cup. We'll announce it. But yeah, scarvesandspikes.com. Find us on social, X, Blue Sky, Threads, Instagram, all that good stuff, Facebook. And yeah, Henry, let's get it.
Let's do this, man.
Another match for Atlanta United, the last before the World Cup break.
Yep.
I hope it's not too bad.
We'll see.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.